Each week we'll embark on a journey of self-discovery, inspiration, and empowerment through a collection of motivational verses and quotes from remarkable individuals. We'll explore how these powerful words can elevate our mindset, strengthen our spirits, and unleash the full potential that's within us. Get ready to build a foundation of courage, faith, and determination as we delve into a transformation together. This week 1 in our blog series, we will dive into my title, Embrace Courage, Unveiling the Power That's Within, where the essence of this courage is drawn from the wisdom that we learn in Joshua 1 and 9. Have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. These words resonate with timeless truths that beckon us to break free from the chains of excuses and steps us boldly into our calling that is placed within us. As we embark on this exploration together, we'll intertwine the inspirational words of visionaries like Gandhi, Shakespeare, and even Martin Luther King, amongst many, many others. Additionally, we'll delve into stories of inspiration, of different changes of courage that move people from their adversities to courageous moments in their life to be able to build upon that. The first, Gandhi once said, "You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Excuses are shackles that binds our potential. I'm not good enough. I don't have the resources, or I'm too old." These are self-imposed limitations preventing us from realizing our full potential. Shakespeare once reminds us that our doubts are traitors and makes us lose the good we often might win. By fearing to attempt, each of us is a masterpiece, intricately crafted with unique talents and gifts. Embracing our calling means recognizing our worth in God's eyes. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and no excuse can even alter that truth. Martin Luther King declared that faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it is the triumph over it. It is the audacity to take an action despite uncertainty, relying on a strength that goes beyond ourselves. Courage opens up doors that weren't even possible because it enables us to confront challenges that are ahead of us. There's a story of a man that came from a small town called Harmonville, where whispers of opportunity were often drowned out by the roar of adversity. There lived a man, and his name was David Mitchell. And this man would become synonymous with courage. He was born into circumstances that this world deemed limiting. David defied the gravitational pull of society's expectations and personal setbacks. His journey is a testament to the indomitable power of encouragement, unfolded against a backdrop of challenges that would have subdued even the faint of heart. David's first steps into this world were marked by adversity. He's raised in a neighborhood where dreams were often deferred. He found himself confronted with societal biases and economic hardships. But David was not one to succumb to the predetermined narrative. He was inspired by a quote he stumbled upon during a particular challenging moment. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. He resolved to redefine his destiny. Embracing vulnerability, David acknowledged the realization of his circumstances. He understood that courage begins with an honest confrontation of one's weaknesses in a community where expressing vulnerability were often misconstrued as a sign of weakness. David stood tall, unafraid to acknowledge the hurdles that he faced. Seeking guidance became David's compass in the journey towards greatness, recognizing that he couldn't navigate this labyrinth of challenges alone. He sought wisdom from mentors, community leaders, and anyone who could impact the knowledge that would illuminate his path. His humility in seeking guidance became a beacon, attracting supporters who believed in his potential. Perseverance became David's daily ritual. Every setback, every closed door became a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. The town, once skeptical of his ambitions, witnessed his relentless pursuits of education, skill development, and personal growth. David became an embodiment of Martin Luther King Jr.'s words, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Surrounding himself with support transformed David's journey into a communal triumph. Friends, family, and anyone that found within him stuck around him. They were encouraged from his testament and his resolve, turning his personal quiet into a collective victory. The once skeptical town now stood united behind a man who dared to defy all the odds. David's story resonates not just locally, but can become a hope national. News outfits picked up on this narrative of a man who, against all odds, was turning adversity into triumph. David's journey became a testimony of transformation of the power of courage. He wasn't just overcoming obstacles, he was shattering expectations and inspiring others to do the exact same. As David stood on the podium accepting an award recognizing his extraordinary journey, he shared a simple yet profound message. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important than fear. In those words, he encapsulated the essence of Odyssey of facing fear, embracing vulnerability, and seeking guidance, persevering through challenges, and relying on unwavering support of those that were around him. David's story is a reminder that courage isn't a mystical thing, attributed to reserve for extraordinary people. It resides within each and every single one of us. His journey then challenges us to confront our own fears and seek guidance and persevere through our challenges and surround ourselves with a community of people that uplifts and supports us. As the sun sets on Harmville, the town echoed with resounding message of David Mitchell's courage, a message that echoed for generations to come. Now, members of the Empower Your Soul community, I want you to listen to now. Think of the presence of this transformative journey, what it means to us and the world today. As we embark on this weekly exploration, motivation, and empowerment, we humbly invite you now to observe, but not only be observers, but to be participants in this collective journey on this Listen blog. So please consider subscribing to this page, liking our videos, and sharing your thoughts with me. Your engagement is just a click away. It's a commitment to our own growth and the growth of this community. We encourage you to write us on Facebook, or even if you prefer, emailing us at empower.your.soul.blog.series@gmail.com. Share with us what resonates with you, your passions, your personal stories, and whatever you find in your love of your heart. That heart gives you that heartbeat in your journey as we dive in this together in this journey. I want to talk about a personal journey of my own. In a heart of impoverished Camden, I defied expectations etched by teachers who saw me as a scrawny kid with thick glasses and flooded pants, and ridiculed by children wasn't even that the sports that I picked like tennis wasn't just things that shouldn't be done in a inner city school. The row houses that we lived in that were so cramped up with small rooms and small bedrooms. We had I had 6 brothers and sisters growing up together amidst all these adversities within the cities of Camden. The story is amidst the backdrop of many obstacles that came my way. But yet, in this thick of things, I became a conqueror. To complete Marine Corps boot camp. Teachers bluntly cutting through my hope, predicted a future limited to mediocre jobs. However, I ascended beyond all their expectations. From cramped up quarters of living in those row houses, I transcended my economic struggles to serenade many at being a quartet singing across the nation. I also despite these odds being the beginning of my life, I transformed into a source of knowledge, training judges, lawyers in intricate computer systems throughout the entire state of New Jersey. Eventually securing a 6-figure income that no one in my teachers and those that were around me could have ever expected, not including myself. But with God being the reins and being humble and being perseverance to the goals that God set before me, I have achieved many goals and many standards that I set amongst myself. Amid life's twists and turns and inevitable mistakes and arduous educational climbs, I earned not only an associate's degree in computers, but also a bachelor's degree in biblical studies. Every one of these challenges strengthens my belief in God's unwavering grace and transcending odds of shyness that began when I was very much young. It was my lifelong compassion just to be one to be by myself and not to be able to speak even in front of others. But yet, with all these adversities, I still preached in the pulpit. I've also taught Sunday school lessons to men. These narratives weren't testaments only for me, but they were the beginnings to be able to show others that you can do more, that you can set yourself out to do. As one sculpted a symphony of success, is fervent call for every individual to surpass your expectations, to achieve the unthinkable, and to go above all the standards that you even set for yourselves. Because the divine God that's within us, for every endeavor that He assigns for us, gives us that remarkable edge to be able to do more than we can ever set out and be more than conquerors. This journey underscores the transformational power of resilience, faith, and the divine guidance of God. So, this is embracing vulnerability. It's just one of the stepping stones. It is akin to unfurling the sails of a ship, inviting the winds of the strength to propel us forward. Gandhi's profound words The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. Reasonable as the testimony is, fortitude is found in vulnerability. It is not an admission of defeat, but a declaration of courage. As knowledge is our weakness, acknowledging our weaknesses isn't a sign of frailty, but a beacon that guides us towards transformation. It is this act of trusting in God's strength, a trust that empowers us to take risks that leads to profound and lasting growth. Therefore, seeking God's guidance is one of those things. We embrace Shakespeare's wisdom when he says, "It is not the stars that holds our destiny, but it is ourselves." Each moment spent in prayer is not just a mere ritual, but it is a sacred conversation that aligns us with God Himself. It furthers our path to go beyond what's in even ourselves, to be linked up with God and the divine favor that He finds within our lives. This purpose that unfolds like the petals of divine flowers. In the act of seeking, we finding not just answers, but connecting to a narrative that is written in God's only holy hands. Perseverance is what Martin Luther King used when he profoundly stated, it's not just enduring, it is a mantra for progress. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, have the faith to keep moving forward. Challenges cease to be imposing obstacles. They morph into stepping stones, each setback an opportunity for unprecedented growth. In crucible and adversity, the human spirit, fueled by flame of perseverance, forges its to resounding armor. Now, also within what's in this blog series, we talked about networking. The significance of surrounding ourselves with a network is vividly encapsulated in Martin Luther King's reflection. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. This networking isn't a mere collection of acquaintances. It is the bedrock of personal evolution. It's a symphony of collection of encouragement, where the notes of the inspiration and challenging harmonizes us together, pushing us to become the optimal versions of ourselves. In this synergy of collectiveness, encouragement, we unearth the things that we would have never thought of completely on our own. So these principles draw from the reservoirs of wisdom bestowed by great minds. They weave an enthralling narrative of resilience, faith, and communal strength. They aren't just principles, they are the compass that guides us towards the higher callings within our lives. So as we navigate through these intricate portions of our lives, let these principles be not just guiding lights, but the constitutional lights of our paths, illuminating the way towards personal empowerment and collective elevation. Each step taken in our growth propels us towards a future with strength, courage, and faith, which are not abstract ideas, but vibrant pulses of our existence. In embracing these principles, we are not only acknowledging what's in the potential that is within us, but we're unlocking what's in the potential that of everyone that's around us. So as we conclude this week, 1 of the Empower Your Soul blog series, let the words of Joshua 1:9 resonate in your hearts. Embrace courage, discard your excuses, and step into the extraordinary plans that God has for your life. Remember lessons from these stories of courage. You are more than capable and you are more than worthy, and you are more than completely destined for greatness. So let's start 2024 being strong and being courageous, for what we are doing is building each other up each and every single day. Take care, my friends. Take care, my people. God bless you.